Good morning, family. Welcome to today's Lessons for Life. Today is Wednesday, January 28, 2009, and today we're reading Numbers chapter 4. And as I was reading this chapter, there's really so many different things that are running through my mind that I want to share, and hopefully I'll get through most of it, or I'll be able to share most of it with you for today's Lessons for Life. But really, as we're reading now throughout the book of Numbers, the first 4 chapters, I really start to see how the numbers are being used by the Lord really for organization and for structure, and this is something we talked about earlier in this book. The Lord is using them to order the people and to put them in the right positions, even by quantity as well as by their age, and that's something that we can learn from and use in Lessons for Life. Just the purpose of the numbers and how the Lord is using them. And I know we've been taught about numbers by Bishop, but even as I've mentioned before in Lessons for Life, that certain things don't really click. I say I understand what he's saying, and it becomes just so much more real when you can read it for yourself and you can get an understanding, and it comes to you for yourself, and then you can relate it to things you've been taught. But even as I'm teaching or speaking this morning, hopefully you're reading it as well and you're getting some kind of understanding, a greater understanding of the Word of God as we're going through it. But there's just so much more that you can get from it when you actually read it for yourself. So I don't want you just to listen to me and just take it, but also to read it through for yourself and see what you get from it, like I always say, and then email us and put it on the blog. But with this chapter, with numbers, and just like I said, how I see the Lord using it is really for structuring and for organization, of where the people are supposed to be, and what they're supposed to be doing according to different ages. And the numbers, what I see here, and as I was thinking, as I was reading this morning, it's just really used in just about almost everything I could think of in my life, and I'm sure in your life as well too. If you think about it, really sit down and think about it, the numbers are used in your life. But now, let's think, for instance, I'm right here in the kitchen area, and I know that if you are cooking something, you need to set the oven to a certain number to cook whatever you're cooking for a certain amount of minutes. So that's another number as well too. So when you're cooking, you might have to set the degrees, which is a number, and then you also cook for a certain amount of time, which is a number. And time is another thing too. I mean, the whole concept of time is dealing with numbers, and the numbers of the time helps you, if you understand that, is for organization and for structure. So for instance, let's say it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, that's the number of the time, and you know that before you go to bed or whatever, you need to get such and such accomplished. So now you need to organize yourself and structure yourself that much greater, that much better, so that you can get what you need to get accomplished before the number of the time that you have to go that you go on to bed. And like I said, the whole thing of time is numbers. If you think about, let's say another scenario might be, like I said, numbers is used really throughout everything. A person might have go step on a scale, and they see the number of their weight. Now the number of that weight will also tell the person, now, okay, I need to structure, I need to organize myself, so I need to either put on a few pounds or take off a few pounds, or maybe I want to stay consistent. But now you can actually organize yourself and structure yourself so that you can change that number, or make that number more pleasurable to what you want it to be. But it's all really based on numbers, and the numbers, like I said, as the Lord is using it here, is for organization and for structuring different things. The children of Israel, really what he's using it for. But how can we apply it to our own life now is to really take advantage of the different numbers that is used throughout everything in our life to organize our own selves and to structure our own selves and to be more productive even in our everyday living. Another example, as I was talking to one of the ladies earlier this morning, and she was telling me that we had to do 500 or something and 1,000 or something else. Now, based upon those numbers, I immediately started thinking, okay, well, then you got to make sure you have this done, and make sure you order this, and that, so everything is we're set to fulfill the order. But it's really based upon those numbers. And even as I was speaking to Chris this morning, and he was saying that there were certain things that he had to do, and there was a certain number, because he's helping us out with some things in the office. He knew he had 3 things of this to do, and Now he had to organize himself and structure his own daily routine so that he can accommodate that number of things. So the numbers are really used for organization and for structure. And now if we're aware of these different things really in our lives and where the numbers are used in our life, then we can better organize and structure our own selves, whether it's with our finances, whether it's with our business, with our bodies, with our health, with anything. The numbers, if we are aware of what the numbers are for, and really just start to look at the numbers, then we can better, more effectively structure and organize our own selves. All right, and that's how even if you think you're going to a financial planner, they want to see your numbers first so they can tell you what you need to do with this, what you need to cut back on here, what you need to, shift some stuff from here to there. It's all regarding the numbers. So this just, like I said, is really with as far as I'm thinking right now, everything I think of has to do with some kind of a number or another. And if now we understand numbers as the Lord is using it, is for structuring and organizing and getting the people in the right position and at their right age and at the right numbers, then we can follow that example like we learned the other day. Following the example of the Lord is the best way to go about it. Then we can follow that example and organize and structure our own selves to be more productive, more fruitful, and just, I say overall better. So with that, that's today's Lessons for Life. I encourage you as always, read it through for yourself, see what you get from it, email us, we'll put it on the blog. There's just so much more you can get from it as you read these things for yourself. Just like even I'm talking about stuff I learned from Bishop, I've got the teaching, but then once I can see it and I read it through for myself, then it just becomes that much more clearer to me. So with that, create yourself a wonderfully blessed day today. Today, even as I started off today, my mind right now is really just thinking of these different numbers. Today, January 28th, which is another number, 2009, another number. Just create yourself a wonderfully blessed day today, and we will talk again tomorrow.